did screw it up. I did screw up the stream. I screwed up the live stream. Usually it lets me come back, but it didn't. How do you open this? That's not rubbish. All right. Itty bitty baby wipes. These are cute. Yeah, these are okay. They're not great. Oh, hey, Cameron. I was streaming and then I screwed up and closed the I closed YouTube by mistake. And usually it lets me get right back in, but it didn't this time. So here we are again. Dire Wolf Girl. It's not that bad. Duncan. Little Debbie. These are really good. I mean, these are freaking fantastic. Double the chocolate, double the fudge. Oh, hello. I just set off the fire alarm. Stupid me. Oh, these are freaking awesome, man. I needed sugar to wake up because I've been up for ridiculous days lately. And I'm exhausted, and I had to come here and work on this big fan. Passed out in the Duncan parking lot for 2 hours. Hello from India. Well, I have insomnia and I'm ADD, so, and I don't have I never had a good sleep schedule. It's very hard for me because I'm a night person. And I just don't have good habits. I always want to do more stuff, than I'm capable of doing. Then I get tired and screw my whole schedule up. Well, I gotta fix this first. And I gotta get home and probably try to work for a few. I don't know if I'm gonna work tonight when I get back home. I got a lot to do there yet. Yeah, I don't know if it'll get better. I've been a night person since my earliest memory, age 7, whatever, you know. And that was 300 years ago. These are so good. Oh my God, I don't think I ever saw these before. And it was reasonable at the gas station. These were $3.60. It wasn't crazy money. Yeah, I just set the alarm off because I had a bad vacuum cleaner putting dust in the air. Oh, I should have known better. This is a air handling unit for this floor. There's the air conditioning compressors down there. There's 3 of them. And this is the fan motor, the blower. And that's the 25 horsepower motor. There's the motor. Those are the air conditioning coils there. All right, how's my battery doing? Okay. The belts are bad. I have to change the belts out. They're foobar. Let me show you the belts again. Since we have a new stream going, see how the V belts are broken up. They're missing pieces. So, got to replace a match set. New ones here. Missing some teeth, yep. All right, I just did all the cleaning. I got all my stuff here. Let me make my marks. Where's my flashlights? Before I move the motor, I'm gonna make marks where I start, so I kind of know where I'm getting back to normal. But it's not always the same with new belts. Oh. All right, got my starting marks. Okay. So now it's time to start loosening stuff up. Okay, I'm going to be going this way. Time is it now? 2:24. Put a wrench under there? I forget. No. Okay. Are those welded? I don't know. Let's see if I... Okay. The nuts are welded. I don't know if you guys can see, but we'll try to show you under here. Let's see. Well, I don't know if it's going to let you see under there. Back there, there's the nut. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Enjoy. All right. Can't kneel on that. That'll hurt you. Come on. All right. All right, now we got to move the motor. All right, how do we do that? I can do that over here with my pry bar. All this stuff in the way. All this stuff in the way. Oh, I didn't loosen the jam nuts, silly boy. I loosened up the tension. I loosened up this nut bolt. I didn't loosen up these jam nuts. Ain't going anywhere if I don't do that. Ugh. Even though it's a couple 100-pound motor, it should still move pretty easy. Wait, I gotta get up here again. That was loose. That was not real tight. Back there. It's loose, okay. Where's my pry bar? Let's see this baby move. Okay. Drop my flashlight. And off comes the belts. All right, what are we doing back there? Oh. No, don't step on that. All right. Out with the old, in with the new. All right. Let's see here. All right, there's one. Two. All right. All right. Spin it around. On she goes. Where's the other one at? Line up our labels. Just a thing to do. Line everything up. Match the names on the belts with the other one. And matching right there. Spin it around. Oops, came off. Come on. Come on, what am I doing? Oh, Daniel. Going the wrong way. Do. All right, where's my numbers at? Right there. All right. All right. Well, they match up pretty close. I don't know if I can change it or not. Yep. Okay. See what I mean about matching everything up? Match all your numbers up, all your markings. And you kind of tell if you come in, if you're doing inspections and stuff, then you'll see that one belt might be really changing or wearing more than the other. coming down. It's a big step. Okay. Whew. All right. Now to move the motor back. Okay. Where is it? Yeah. Maybe 2 wrenches in there. Well, got a ways to go. Getting kind of tight. Oh, I forget how much deflection. I always forget how much deflection. Let's see here. Wish I had the gauge for this. Let me see here. Oh, there. Oh. You guys paying attention? You gonna do this next time? Why won't this thing? Freaking phone won't let me edit. Close that. Close that. Well, let's take a picture of that. Where is it? All right. What was I looking for now? A lot of torque, yep. What's this thing doing? Oh my gosh. This phone is freaking out here. It's acting goofy. How much tension to adjust V-belt? Yeah, well, I don't have that little gauge. That's what I really need. Oh, come on here. I always forget this stuff, so I just look it up. Don't do it often enough. All right, I'm going to mute you guys so you don't pick up the music and I get a copyright claim from somebody on YouTube. I'll be right back.
Let Erie Tech tell you how. V-belts everywhere. They're in every building in every industry across the nation. So why wouldn't we want to take the time to make sure that these drives are working the way that the original equipment manufacturer intended to? And the most important thing we need to worry about is correct tensioning from the drive to the driven pulley. So why are we worried about proper belt tensioning? First and foremost, a properly tensioned belt is going to have better torque transmission, which is going to lead to longer life for both your shivs and your belts. And what does that mean for you? Well, it means more uptime, and it means less cost in actual spare parts. So you're saving money, you're saving time, and actually you're saving energy, and we'll touch on that in a different video. First method we are going to discuss for finding proper belt tension is the force deflection method. And to do that, we need to use a belt tensiometer. To use this thing, we need to find a
really should buy one.
measurements. First,
cheap.
We need to know the distance from drive to driven shiv. We're going to take that measurement and multiply it by 1/64, and that's going to help us set this little O-ring here, the big O-ring, if you will. And for this, we're at 12 inches, which translates to 3/16 of an inch, which we already have this guy set for. Next, we're going to set the small O-ring here to 0. Now, what we're going to measure is the force that is applied when we push down on this belt to make it level with that. And what that's going to do is show this little O-ring here the amount of force that was needed to do such a thing. Now we're going to take that information, we're going to compare it to a chart that's provided with this, and that's going to tell us whether or not this is tensioned properly. So the second method we're going to talk about today is the elongation method, and we're going to use the Timken tension finder to do so. To use this method, first thing we need to do is place the belt on the shivs.
Well, we don't have either of those things. Ah. I really should get one of those little gauges. They can't cost much. All right, let's see what our distance is. I don't even know if I know that. I'll mark it down at least. And I can look this up. What up? I'm working on changing these belts. All right, let me get up in here. I don't know if I know this measurement or not. All right. It's not easy to figure this out. I need light. So if I go from there to there, is it 16 and a half? Is that right? What do you think here? It's about 16 and a half. All right, let's say it's 16 and a half. That's pretty close. Well, we don't know what the distance is. We'd have to look it up on a chart. We'd have to look it up on a chart. Write that down. Oh, I already have a mark here. Silly me. 17 inches. Silly me. I'm gonna go tighter. Could I put you over there? I could put you over there. Look at that. Wonder. How much deflection? Yeah, see, well, you got to have that gauge to really get the proper deflection. Should try to start this up and see what happens. Let's see. I can't witness this. Oh, Johnny. Hey there. Okay, Imperial. Salute. Oh, like the truck? Oh, I'll have to look at it later. It's this big. All right. All right. I think I'm gonna try and start this. Let me think. Hold on. This is pushing it away. All right. All right, you watch those belts and you tell me if you think they're got enough tension on them. I have to go around the corner to fire this up. It's going to be a little loud and crazy. Let me keep this rag. It's a big fan. It's a big motor. 25 horse. Guts out. All right. Let's see. Nothing else loose laying around here. Okay. Oh. 200 amp disconnect. Alright. Start. Maybe I can watch this start. Always forget how this works. It's been so long since I've done it. Always got this on stop. Okay. Local. Let's see if that'll start. I don't remember. Every time these things start up, they scare you because you're never ready for it. There's a slow startup sequence. I don't think it comes on immediately. I can't even remember. I can't remember. It's been about a year since I've done this. I used to do them all the time. Let's see, we're on A06. Auto local. Told you there was a delay. Always catches you off guard. I don't know, those belts might be a little loose. I'm getting some wobble there. This stuff is nothing to fool around with. Yep. There's the old belt. Kind of foobar. Bits and pieces all over the place. I haven't seen one disintegrate like that in a long time. Yep. I always jump even when I'm ready for it. All right, I'm gonna keep this belt over here. I need to put a hook up here or something. I'm gonna hang this up here. Sea chime, yo. What do you think? You think those need tightening? I was just looking up the whole tensioning thing. It's been so long since I've done this. I think I need to go tighter. Yep. Hey, Al. Oh, Al knows this stuff. Yeah, that's right. Al knows this stuff. Yeah, I think it's... Well, I have my original marks. Those are my original marks. So... without a tensioner... yeah, everybody jumps when these things start, man. I don't care if you're ready or not. That's a lot of stuff moving going on there, man. You know? Hold on. That's a lot of horsepower. Except when running, right. Well, and without a proper, knowing what the factory, what the standard is for this belt and these dimensions between your shafts, you need that tension gauge. There's no other way to, unless you do it a lot, to just know what the deflection should be. What's 25? And well, it is a 25 horse motor. So, the distance is, at least my original distance, I think I wrote down was 17 inches, but it could be a little less. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to get that, get a good measurement when you have opposing pulleys and you can't get on the ends of each shaft properly. It's kind of hard to do. I have to try to look up a chart. Yeah, I'm thinking they might be still a little loose. I don't know. V-belt tension guide. Charts. Calculator. Let's see here. Force deflection. Yes. It's the air handler for the floor. for the heating and air conditioning for the air. Central unit for the floor. We've got 3 of them. Okay, so this is a 5V. And then I need to look up small shiv diameter. What is my small shiv? All right, let's see here. If I can figure that out. Where's my flashlight again? Where is the flashlight? I moved it, I thought. I lose this damn flashlight more than you can believe. And it's huge. Oh. All right, I'm going to pull the disconnect because I got to stick my fingers in between the belt. Always scares me when you flip a 200 amp 3-phase disconnect. All right, let's get up close and personal here. All right. How big is our shiv? Well, it's not 7 inches, I can tell you that. All right. Oof. Oi. Looks like 9.5. It's hard to tell it. I think 9.5. And the big one is 22. No, I can get in here. Let's see if I can get in here. Oh. Four and a half. Okay, it's a 9. It's a 9 and a 22. Okay. All right. Let's write that down. Oh. All right, let's write that down. Yeah, it doesn't do justice, yeah. All right, now my Sharpie don't want to work because it's upside down. There we go. Got that written down. Yeah, doesn't do justice. When you can climb up in there, you know it's pretty big equipment. I mean, here's the coils, the air conditioning coils. I mean, you can walk in here, you know. It's huge. I could take this panel off and walk in there pretty easily. All right, let's, where's my other phone? Let's see what these charts say now. What was that I just saw? Teen girls arrested and deported while backpacking in Hawaii. What the frick is this company? What is this country up to, man? The frick? This is insane what's going on. You're right, Al. I mean, I was just talking about this with Drew. I don't know if you've noticed or not. Drew is a building controls guy. Works on a really big property. They have 4 750-ton chillers. 7 new fancy boilers. 7 of them. Big ass property. Teen girl, yeah, and we were talking about contactors, and I guess VFDs are contactors are out. VFDs are as reasonable as you would pay for a contactor. At least he said, at least in the 10 horsepower range. Maybe it scales all the way up. I don't know, because I've never put a VFD in. But you have to set a VFD up a little bit. You got to know some tricks, or you got to run some software. I never learned about them that much, you know. I really should learn a little more, you know. Teen girls arrested and deported. 2 girls from Germany were detained, arrested, and deported at an airport in Hawaii after immigration officials said it was suspicious they had not booked a hotel room. So when you travel, do you book a hotel room? This is nonsense, man. This is fucking nonsense. Backpackers Charlotte Pole, 19, and Maria Lapere, 18, arrived in Honolulu from Auckland while undergoing a round-the-world trip. The duo planned to spend 5 weeks in Hawaii before moving to California and Costa Rica for the next legs of their journey. But despite having ESTA travel authorization, immigration officials accused them of attempting to enter the U.S. to work illegally, and they were placed in... This is fucking Trump, man. Fuck these motherfuckers. They've already crushed the tourism business in this country. Trump has killed tourism. And stories like this will absolutely fucking tell foreigners, don't go to America. Don't go to America. It's fucking terrible. Message helpful review. They hid your they hid your comment, YouTube. Doesn't like morons. I mean, this is obscene, man. If you've looked at the statistics about booked travel coming to the U.S., it's in the toilet, man. It's in the toilet. All right, where was I at? I was looking at a chart. All right, so it's a 5. Where's the chart I was at? Oh. It's a 5VX with a small diameter sheave range, 8.5 to 10, okay. Recommended deflection force in pounds. Initial installation, £21. That's a fair amount of force. After retensioning, maximum and minimums are in the 19, or let's see, the 18 to 14 range. So it needs 21 pounds. Can I measure that with my finger? How can I measure 21 pounds? I don't have a fish gauge. I need a fish scale. I have one of those somewhere at home, maybe. Is there any way to judge that? I'd have to do some more Googling. Tariffs for China? I don't know. I don't know, Al. I mean, the whole world thinks he's insane, and they're pretty correct. You know, a trade war is not. You just look at history. Trade wars are not something to mess with. It doesn't work out. How can I measure deflection? I don't have any. There's probably there is a scale. There is a scale. If I put a straight edge on there, I'm not sure. You still need a spring tension to know what the deflection is. There's no way to come up with that. I don't have anything. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's go back. Yeah, I don't have any kind of a tension tool. Damn, music will get me in trouble with YouTube.
Actually using a belt tension gauge to set the proper belt tension or deflection amount on this V-belt. Now,
All right, let's see here. Adjusting your V-belts without a tension gauge. Well, that's on a freaking car. That's not going to help. That's not going to help. No. No. Nope. 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 Drive belt tension.
In this video, we are going to be looking at how to check the tension on our belt drive system. One of the tools I'll be using today
you're
is a belt
at work.
tension
Okay.
tester like this. This is what we'll use in our shops in our millwright program here at SAIT. So after I've aligned my shivs to make sure that they are running true to each other,
I forgot. I think I remember you work overnight.
Single most important factor necessary for long, satisfactory belt operation. How you tension a belted installation will determine how long the belt will run. Too little tension results in slippage, excess heat, premature belt failure, pulley wear, and lower bearing life. Too much tension results in excess stress on belts, bearings, and shafts. However, there still is a wide range of tension at which a belt and bearings will operate satisfactorily. It is critical to understand that tension loss occurs on all manufacturers' belts. The highest quality belts will lose nearly 50% of installed tension, while lower quality belts lose over 70% of installed tension. Most of the tension loss occurs in the first hour and day of running. You will need to install a belt such that it retains enough tension to provide long-lasting, trouble-free operation.
That's interesting to hear what he just said, that once the new belt is run for an hour or so on the first day, that's when it will lose its most amount of tension. So you really need to come back the first day, a few hours later, and check it.
Do not feel the correct tension on a V-belt. All belts do not feel the same when properly tensioned due to different materials and tension cables used in their manufacturing process. On a test given to 250 experienced maintenance personnel, only 2 of the 250 tensioned a belt correctly using the feel method. Many were as low as 7% of the proper tension.
Wow.
To accurately tension V-belt drives, the most widely used and a simple method is the force deflection method, which we are now going to demonstrate. You will need a tool such as a best torque tension pencil to simply measure the force and to deflect the mid-span of the belt a given amount. First, we need to determine the 2 numbers we need to use the tool, P and F, on this diagram. Measure the span length of the belt P, which need to determine the 2 numbers we need to use the tool, P and F, on this diagram. Measure the span length of the belt P, which is the distance from where the belt touches one pulley to where it touches a second pulley, or roughly the center-to-center distance of the 2 shafts. In this demonstration, it is 12 inches. This span length in inches is put into this simple equation to determine the amount of deflection. You deflect the belt 1/64th of an inch for every inch of span. In this case, it is 12.
1/64th of an inch for every inch of span. So I have 17 inches, so that's 17/64ths, okay, which comes up to, hold on, a 1/4 inch, right? A little over a 1/4 inch.
64ths of an inch, which is simplified to 3/16ths of an inch. Next, you need to set the deflection distance F. In this example, 3/16ths of an inch on.
But again, you need this belt tensioning gauge to get the ability to know the tension, because it has a spring and it has a gauge system that's already been calculated. So I'll need to get one of these tomorrow, because it's cheap and you really need to come back. And these belts only lasted 2 years. Should last longer. So maybe it was tensioned wrong. I don't know. Plus, I don't know if I ever came back and retensioned it. I'm tired. %. So 20 pounds at a 1/4 inch, but yeah, how much is 20 pounds of force? You know, trying to figure that out with your finger is not easy. Power's still off, right? I can stick my fingers in there. Has to be tighter. I can push on that pretty easy, so we're gonna go tighter. All right, solve that answer. Where are my wrenches at? Didn't I have another small wrench here? I'm losing my mind. Oh, it's right there. It's right in front of me. I'm gonna keep tightening. Now that I have a good understanding, and hopefully it'll be in my head a little. Oh, I've jammed it. Let's see here. Is that 20 pounds of force? That's the thing. It's not easy to judge unless you've tested it against the scale. How much is your push? So they're telling you need 20 pounds of force, with like a 1/4 inch of deflection. Is that 20 pounds of force? I don't know. I don't think that's 20 pounds of force. Probably tighter. Probably needs to be tighter. Oh, you know what? Here's something. I have a scale upstairs. Let's go try and do a test. I have a scale upstairs. There's the old belt. Kind of missing some bits. I haven't seen one disintegrate like that, like ever. Not a really long time. Yeah, let's see. I got a scale upstairs. Let's see what 20 pounds of force with a finger looks like. Oh, my legs. I'm tired. Need to get some horizontal sleep. All right. All right. Let's maneuver through here in the dark. All right. Back to civilization. Where's my scale at? it is. It's a crude scale, but it should give me an idea. Let's see, adjustment. Is there any adjustment on this? No adjustment. Oh, yes, there is. All right, let's see what 20 pounds looks like. It's a fair amount of push. I'm pushing pretty hard. They're saying, but the deflection tool, does it actually measure the same poundage, or is it a different scale? So, inquiring minds would like to know. All right, so anyhow, 20 pounds is a fair amount of push. Well, I'm going to try and find one of those tools tomorrow. Oh. Oh. But this is how you learn. Get 20-pound test fishing line, try to break it. There you go, right? This is how you learn stuff. I mean, you have to figure it out and see, you know. I mean, I'd have to compare that gauge to a real scale somehow, you know, to see if it's some different formula that they're using. I don't know. It's all thoughts, but you know. You know, because I push pretty hard. I can still push this an easy 1/4 inch or more. Easy. So I'm thinking it needs to be tighter. My original measurement marking was here when they were lined up. What do you think, Al? Well, I'm back to my original mark. am I doing here? Oh, silly me. I'm not thinking. Hold on here. What's my brain doing here? All right. Well, I have to really do some. I don't know if that's really even or not. You have to do a lot more checking. I don't know if that's really even. All right. Start it up again. All right. Ready to jump again? I know I feel better. Well, I got bad hat hair. Bad hat hair. All right, let's fire this puppy up again. First, we flip the big 200 amp disconnect on, which I always hate. Don't like that. All right. Auto local. And I'm going to turn this on. And let's wait. Wait for the magic. Boo. I'm back at my original marks. My original marks. So there's a little wiggle in the slide, you know. I mean, you could be a little cocky. Yeah, I think it's better. I'm going to get one of these tension gauges tomorrow if I can, and because you still need to read tension it after a few hours of running. So. I think that's good. Auto local. Turn this off. All right. Where's my other phone? just finished. Comma did another test on seeing how the belt runs, and they seem fine. Comma. Really need to pick up a belt tensioning gauge because the belts need to be retensioned after a couple hours of running. The first few hours is where they lose their initial stretch or get their initial stretch, and they have to be retensioned to get proper life out of them. The gauge is a simple little tool. I should be able to find one tomorrow. All right, let's close this hatch up. Got everything out of here. Everything's tight, 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 tight. I still need to lubricate in there, but I'll do that like tomorrow. Or whenever I get back here. Oh. 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 Tired. This thing's crazy. Big awkward panels. Good job, people. All right, I'm gonna pack up and get some few hours of horizontal. I gotta get up as early as I can. Try to save my ass with the house problems. All right, that's all done. All right, what are we doing here? Let's put some tools away. Where? I gotta look in that bag. I think my damn. Keep looking for my pruning shears. I thought I maybe saw them in here the other day. It's amazing how stuff can disappear in a tool bag. I'm gonna leave all these tools here. So this is that. Goes in the bag. This goes in the bag. What else? This goes in the bag. All right. This stays here. Little Debbie comes with us. These are freaking amazing. Oh my God, these are so good. Oh my God, are these good? I found a new addiction. And her name is Debbie. Debbie Does Dallas. What's that? I don't understand. All right, put this junk over here. See you guys later. I'm going to hang up. Ciao. Thanks for hanging out. We'll come check it out again tomorrow. Peace. Be kind. Check your smokealarms.com. And that thing up there is a smoke detector that I set off earlier. And I need to reset that. So let's go down and do that real quick. Oh. See if it clears. It should clear. First time I set off a fire alarm in a long time. See, once I get that gauge tomorrow, then I can adjust my finger for the proper tension and I won't need the gauge anymore. That's funny. But I'm going to try testing that gauge against a scale and see if 20 pounds of force moves the gauge to the same adjustment point when you would do it on a belt. It should be the same thing. Should be the same thing. Well, we got lights. Let's try resetting some stuff. All right. All right, what are we doing here? System reset. Resetting green lights. Normal. All right. Well, the time is off. What time do you guys have? I got 3:48. And the date is off. All right. Can we set that? It's been so long. Menu. Clock. Nope. Okay, wrong password. All right. Menu for time. 1. Time is 3:03:49. Time. Okay. Date. 04/2/2 to 5. Okay. Okay. Time and date are okay. Okay. We should come back to normal. Yep. Time and date were way off. I mean, it. Let's see. Yep. Does that ever come back? Normal. Okay, there we go. Awesome sauce. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. All right. See you guys later. Ciao. Focus on getting out of here. Oh, I got to go up to the 4th floor yet. Let's take that vacuum back.